Hey fellow garage golfers, Roland here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. I am pumped about today's video. I've been waiting for this video since probably PGA show last year, 2022. And I've been waiting and waiting. I knew that it was gonna take some time to kind of finalize and develop this product, but I'm happy to bring it to you today. What we're gonna be doing today is a full unboxing, a full initial impressions video on the Golfzon Wave unit. I got everything here. We're gonna have access to all the courses, the putting mat, everything that we wanna be testing for you guys at home. And again, this is gonna be a sub $4,000 price point. We'll put the actual price here on the video so you can see exactly what it costs. But looking forward to bringing that to you. And that video is coming at you right now. All right, thanks again for watching and welcome back. Here at Garage Golf, we provide information on golf products, golf equipment, golf simulators and launch monitors, and pretty much anything golf related. So if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe, click that bell notification for more videos like the one you're watching here today. And as always, if you have any questions or you're looking to build your own golf simulator at home, I want to be your go-to person. Our services are completely free of charge to help you. We'd love to be the ones to help you with your setup. My email is roland@mygaragegolf.com. Make sure to also check out our website at www.mygaragegolf.com. And again, our services are completely free of charge. We don't sell any products directly, but we do full reviews on products. We test everything out, and we work as an affiliate for a lot of these companies that help basically. So we get compensated at no extra cost to you whenever you purchase something, and we still get to help you completely free of charge. So if you're looking to start this process, why not go through Garage Golf to do that? We're gonna steer you in the right direction and make sure not only that you not make the mistakes that some of the mistakes we made when we built our first golf simulator, but we're gonna also save you money. That's gonna be the most important part. So look forward to hearing from you on that really soon. All right, as always, I don't wanna wait too long. I wanna jump right into this. Let's get this thing unboxed. I wanna get to playing it. I wanna get to checking it out. That's the most important part. We're gonna do a quick unboxing on the Golfzon Wave. We're gonna bring you back. We're gonna set it up. We'll show you how to set up everything, and we're gonna get straight to the action. Let's do that now. All right, so as we talked about, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into the unboxing. There's 100 plus courses on this thing, 34 swing data parameters, and multiplayer functionality. I feel like a kid on Christmas Day waiting to open up this toy. And I'm excited to get this entire golf simulator set up and ready to show you. So let's go ahead and get it unboxed. All right, so we got that plastic off. It has that new simulator smell. Can't beat that new simulator smell. So let's check it out. Let's open this thing up. And one really big thing on unboxings for me is when it just feels like quality. In other words, they spend some money on the packaging here. They spend some money on the actual box setup. It just reminded me, like, I still remember like the day when I first unwrapped the Nintendo NES back in the day. I guess I'm dating myself, but still, Nintendo NES, got it for Christmas one year, and that was like the end all be all, but it was all about the packaging, you know? The packaging makes a big difference on how you set things up. So when you unwrap something that's just quality and overall really, really good packaging and a setup, that just makes all the difference in the world to me. Let me know what you think about that at home. It says Golfzon Wave, golf anywhere. And again, this thing comes securely packaged here, so it's just a really cool setup. All right, so let's go ahead and take this part out here. This is how you're gonna pop it out. And the whole unit's gonna come out. So it's gonna be sitting on top of that putty mat, it looks like. Let's take off some of this paper now. We have the power cable, we have the adapter, and we have the USB cable portion. And then, wow, awesome. Nice carrying case that comes with it. That's a really nice feature. And then underneath the actual box, it's all came in there together, we have our Wave putting mat. And then this is where you'll place the ball here, and you're gonna be putting this direction. So this is going to be what gives us the opportunity to get that putting in relation to the radar technology. So we got infrared technology, and we have the radar technology here. So really, really cool stuff. It does say direction of putting. Do not hit this with a club. This is only for putting, just so you're aware at home as well. Let's open this bad boy up here. And there's been a few iterations of the Golfzon Wave since the PGA show last year. So what we got now, it's a little bit smaller device. Definitely cool. Comes with a cleaning cloth. And it also comes with the tripod. This is going to be the tripod that the Golfzon Wave sits on while you're playing. And that's pretty much it. Very simple unboxing. We're going to get this set up now. We're going to be ready to go. I'm going to charge this for a bit, come back to you guys, and then we'll start seeing a little bit of gameplay and see what we need to do to get this set up. In my hands, I have the Golfzon Wave Quick Start Guide. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I've already set up my putting mat, and I have my device right here below, pretty much right below the camera. So 6.5 feet to 8.5 feet from behind where your golf ball will be is where they recommend to place the Golfzon Wave. So just to kind of give you guys an idea on that. And then as far as from where you want the wave to be placed in regards to the screen, you need to have that a minimum of 11.5 feet from the screen, from basically the screen / net to the ball. So I have that there, I have that here, we should be good to go. Now, I am on a little platform here, and it drops off, and to get me to that 6.5 to 8.5 feet where the Golfzon Wave is standing, it's a little bit of a drop off. So they don't want it to be lower than your hitting area. So what I did was I got the box from the Golfzon Wave, which I'll show you on camera in here in just a bit, and I just basically placed it on top of the box. So you can place it slightly higher than your golf ball according to their diagram here, but you don't want to place the sensor any higher than the hitting area by 7.9 inches or more. So I think I'm right in line with where I'm at, essentially. I think we're in good shape there. So we've set up everything there. We've installed or basically placed the items where we need to. I'm gonna have my putting mat right to the right like you see over here, so I can just step across my hitting area and putt directly into the screen, and that's already plugged in. So we have that. That comes with a USB-C to USB-A, I believe, cord. So the USB-C plugs into the actual hitting mat, and then just directly into any USB port in your computer. So that's good, and there's a power port on the side that we're going to use to turn that on, essentially, and we're good to go there. So we've set up the Wave and the Wave Putt. Now we just need to go ahead and connect the device, in which we can do that, it looks like to an iPad or even a computer. In this case, we're going to be using the computer. So we need to turn on the power to the Wave Radar? No. We need to turn on the power to the Wave Radar and basically boot that up. It's going to take about 50 seconds. I'll bring you back here in just a minute once we have that ready to roll. So it's been about 50 seconds now, and we've confirmed the boot up of the Wave Radar. Now we're going to actually go, in this case, I have a PC, so I'm going to go to the PC, and we're going to go under our Wi-Fi settings to search that, and we're going to select the SSID for the Wave Radar itself, and then basically connect it that way. So let's go ahead and take you to the computer, and I'll show you how to do that. All right, I'm on my computer now, as you see here, obviously, and what we're going to do is we're going to search for our Wi-Fi, and we're going to pull up our Wi-Fi network. And now we are looking for SSID Wave. And have it connect. It will ask you for a password, which will be provided in the booklet. And I'm going to click Next. All right, now the next thing we need to do is make sure that the Wave Putt is connected. So in this case, we're going to have the Wave Putt connected via USB-C to the USB port on the computer. And now to verify that the Wave Putt is ready, the LED and Bluetooth LED flicker at the same time. And there you see the USB-C plugged in, and we see that the Bluetooth and the ready are flashing at the same time. So the actual putting mat should be good to go and ready for us to use. And just like we talked about, there's my actual device, my Wave device. And you see it's about 6.5, 7 feet or so from my golf ball where I'll be hitting from. And again, there is a drop off back here. So I did go ahead and place it on the box, and we'll see if that's too tall or not. I doubt it will be, but we'll make sure. And that's going to be directly in line behind my golf ball. And there's my screen. So we should be good to go here with this setup. Looking forward to testing it out, but now we got to get it connected to the actual computer. All right, so our Wave Putt is set up. Our Wave radar is set up right below here. And we've already connected them both to the computer. So we should be good to go. Now, there is some software installation that I'm going to take you back to the PC to let you know how to do that. We have the Wave Skills app, which we can do. There's a QR code here in the booklet that you can download. And then we also have the Vision Wave software that we'll need to actually install. And there's a website link, which is going to be golfzonegolf.com/wave. I'm going to take you there on the PC now. We're going to download that software, and then we should be ready to go and play everything that we need to here. So looking forward to doing that next. All right, so it looks like it downloaded the Vision Wave. So let's go ahead and click on that. And we're going to click on yes here. And let's go ahead and install it. So it's just going to be a pretty quick install. We're going to accept the agreement. Pretty quick download. We're going to accept the agreement and click on next. I don't want the Bing bar, sorry. No bloatware here. I'm going to click next. It says installation is complete, and let's hit finish. Click extract. I'm going to go ahead and extract that. Click on next. We're going to accept agreement. This is going to go ahead and install the drivers. And we're going to click finish. All right, and we are at a point where we're going to need to restart the computer. So I'm going to click close because I'm recording this. I'm going to click install. So I'll restart the computer at the very end. And I'm going to close it. I will restart the computer later because I'm going to stop the recording, the screen recording. And then I'll bring you back as soon as we restart the computer. All right, so just a quick update. I'm in the process of downloading everything. Once you actually download the Golfzon Vision software, it does take quite a while. I mean, I think it's been almost 30 minutes now. So just you need to prepare for that if you're watching this video. If you do get this and you're ready to download, it's not going to be something you're going to jump into right away because it's doing a whole lot of updating and downloading throughout this process. So just something to keep in mind. But again, when everything's done downloading, I'm going to bring you back and we're going to show you everything and get to the gameplay from there as well. All right, guys, so I'm back, and it's been quite a bit actually since the last time I started recording this video for the Golfzon Wave. So I was going through the process and I went through all the patches. So just so you know, if you buy the Golfzon Wave and you're wanting to update it and get it ready, it does require you to like pretty much do all the patch updates, all the map updates, everything all at one time. I mean, this thing had more patches than Ed Sheeran's beard, guys. I mean, it's ridiculous. But it took me probably several hours to do that. So in the future, I'd like to see maybe a simpler way to do that, or maybe give the user an option as to what they want to download and only require the minimum downloading stuff up front. So this is not something you're going to be able to take right out of the box and use right away. It did take several hours to do that. But it's been actually probably at least over a month since I started recording the other video. So the reason why is Golfzon actually came out with a software update, and they wanted me to wait on producing a video so we can kind of showcase, you know, the software update and some of the features and what we're looking at there. So I'm going to walk you through it a little bit, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to actually use some of the gameplay and show you guys a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and jump into it right away. But again, just remember, if you're looking to do something right out of the box, it's not happening. It's going to take you a few hours to at least update all the patches that go into this program. And for those of you who are curious what that update was that we were waiting on from Golfzon, it actually has to do with the placement of the actual unit in relation to where the ball is, and from where the ball is in relation to what the screen is. So originally, their parameter required 11.5 feet from the golf ball to the screen behind me, and from there, probably at least another 7 to 8 feet for the actual device to be placed. So I have my golf ball here, the device is right down here, right underneath the camera. Now, with the update and what they were able to do is they actually eliminated 3.5 feet from where the golf ball is to where the screen is. So it changed from 11.5 to now only 8 feet for that dimension. So that makes it a lot more possible, usable for people that are out there that don't have a lot of space, and most garages wouldn't have had that space. So in this case, 8.5 feet from where the ball is to the screen minimum. You can do more than that if you need to or have the room, but 8.5 feet, or it's like 8 feet minimum in this case. So really cool feature. I like that they did that. And obviously the less restrictions on space, the more it's going to be available to the general public and people that are interested in the product. So great job, Golfzon, on doing that. Let's talk software now in relation to the Golfzon Wave. And once you've downloaded the Golfzon Vision Wave software, you'll be able to go into the launcher program for it. And I want to show you a little bit more about what we want to do first though. So we want to make sure the device is on, powered on. You'll hear a beep when you turn on the Golfzon Wave. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on our Wi-Fi, and we're going to find that Wi-Fi device here. Now I've already connected before, but I believe in the video from Golfzon what they said was the password is going to be Wave1234, and that's going to be the default password for the Wave unit. So keep that in mind. But we're going to go ahead and click on Connect, and it should connect to that device. Once we have that connected, I'm going to take you into the launcher and show you what we need to do from there. But it's going to show it as basically we're establishing that connection with the device first, and once that connection is established, then we're going to be able to log into the software from there and kind of go through the rest of that process. All right, and there we see that we've connected and it's secured now. So we're going to go ahead and minimize that, and we're going to go straight into the Vision Wave software at this point. And again, this is where all the patches came in on my initial setup. And in this case, we're going to be clicking on the Golfzon Wave Start. All right, now we're on the Golfzon Vision Wave, and we're just going to click here on the icon. It's going to play this pretty awesome little piano music that you hear. I like it. Reminds me a lot of Side Pocket from NES days back in the day. And yes, I did age myself there, but that's what it reminds me of. So we're basically good to go here now, and you can go into settings, change different settings and what you want to do here as well in regards to resolution, in regards to anything that you want, in regards to your space and your setup. I'm going to exit that though. And we're just going to go ahead and go next here at this point.
Stroke.
And we'll have the option to do driving range, stroke, or network play. So I want to show you a couple shots on the driving range, and then we'll show you a couple holes playing the stroke play as well to kind of give you an idea on our experience with it as well. But before we get there, definitely Side Pocket feel. Anyways, I love the piano music. Let's go ahead and click on driving range. Click next. And we're ready to go. So before we jump into the driving range, let's go over a bit about some of the features that are going to be calculated and measured with the Golfzon Wave. So over 34 data points altogether, including the putting mat that we're talking about as well, which is going to give you a lot of detailed putting. So it's going to be one of the coolest things that we'll show you in this video today. So we have multiple data points. Let's go through some of those together. Total distance, carry, ball speed, club speed, launch angle, launch direction, smash factor, spin rate, spin axis, backspin, side spin, roll, height, club path, face angle, face to path, attack angle, dynamic loft, spin loft, landing angle, shot type, swing plane, total distance, impact ratio, tempo, deviation distance, flight time, curve distance, swing direction, launch direction, ball speed, and backswing speed. And in regards to the putting mat, we're going to have 8 additional putting specific parameters, including putt distance, putt direction, putter speed, putt impact ratio, putter backswing speed, putting tempo, and total putting time. So lots of data. Let's see how much of that is going to reflect online on the driving range in regards to the program. I hit a couple shots. We'll look at the numbers. We'll look at what it's measuring and make sure that that matches up with what we pulled from the Golfzon website as well. Let's take a shot. I turn my light on above me so I can see what I'm doing. And let's go ahead and take a 7-iron shot here. So a little bit of a delay there. It shows a nice ball flight. 154 yards there. Now let's go ahead into the data and I'll show you a little bit more on the screen. So if you go into menu, we can click on View Statistics. And here's what we have in regards to that shot. Distance, carry, launch angle, 21.7, ball speed 106.7. Distance left, 66.8 yards. Side variance, 14.3 yards. Launch direction left, 2.4. Side spin left, 480.7. Backspin 5011.0, face angle left 2.7, and head speed of 81.4. And as you see here, we could also change our clubs. I have a 7-iron, I'm going to be hitting the 7-iron for these shots, so I'll go ahead and change that, and we'll hit another shot now. All right, so I'm finding that pretty much, as you see, it shows ready at the bottom of the screen there, and I got this pretty much right in line with where the ball is, but I'm curious to see how wide of a zone it's going to give me. So if I moved it, say, a foot over, I still see ready for that. If I moved it, say, a foot over this way, that still shows ready. So it looks like it has a relatively large area. Let's test that out here. I'm going to put it on this edge of the hitting zone. And again, it's probably maybe a foot over this way on the camera. So let's hit one 7-iron shot here and see if it registers. Definitely hit that left. But it read it, so I think that's pretty darn cool. That's a pretty large hitting area. So for those who want a device that go behind them and maybe accommodate a righty-lefty setup with less width, where you can offset a bit, that would work out pretty well. Let's test it on this side now. I have these T's here in the way. I'm gonna move them out of the way. Okay. Everything's going left because I'm hitting more of a draw, but I'm probably also lining up that way too. But that read it also. So I really am curious, how wide is that zone? I moved it about a foot. If I put it there, still says ready. Still says ready. There's no way this would work. Let's see. Well, that read it pretty bad, obviously. So there's some limitations to that. So as you see, all your data is there on the right side of the screen. We got the ball speed, launch angle, launch direction, backspin, side spin, distance left, side variant, head speed. So everything's going to be all on one screen. Nice, easy setup, pretty cool driving range. And then if we go into stats, let me show you on the screen. And here you see all the shots I just hit. So the first one I had saved as driver. It doesn't have it indicated as a driver versus a 7-iron. So that's one thing. I think this is going to be more for just going in there and hitting some shots, but it's probably not going to be the right setup for people that want to know, you know, bag mapping, other features like that. Hey, how far am I hitting my 7-iron versus my 8-iron? Unless you do this individually, take screenshots of it and you know which one's which. I don't see an indicator for club on here, so that's something to also keep in mind. And one other thing with the driving range is if you click down here on this button, you click it, there's actually 3 different practice areas. There's an approach practice, and there's a putting arena as well. So you can have some different options in what you're able to do. You don't just have to hit full shots on a driving range, you can actually work on your approach, and you can work on your putting as well, which really, really cool features. All right, so one other thing is when you're in approach practice, and I looked everywhere for this and I couldn't find it, but I was trying to adjust the distance to where I'm at on the green because it kept showing 153.11. Well, I did find online through the manual that if you actually hit the right and left arrow keys, that will actually give you a distance that you can adjust now. So now, in this case, I'm at 109 yards by hitting the right and left arrow keys. So now let's take a quick shot with the pitching wedge and show you that. So I did look all over for that, so that's really nice to know now, but there was really nothing I could find that showed the distance and how to adjust that. And the same thing will go for the putting feature as well, which I'll show you here in just a moment. Let's take that shot with the pitching wedge now. Not great, but not my worst. All right, and lastly, let's take you to the putting area and show you that as well. And again, same thing with the arrow keys. I want to move it up a little bit. Let's just say I want to practice a 16-foot putt. So we're good there. And let's go ahead and show you the putting here and work on that as well. So the putting mat, you just want parallel to your hitting area. So if you're a righty-lefty setup and you're using this, I would try to put it back here and see if that would work as well. from what I can see, as long as it's straight in regards to your screen, you want to have that kind of calibrated to where you're going to be putting straight, then you're good to go. So what we're going to do here is just practice a couple putts. You're going to put the ball directly on a little dot that's right here. And then you line up your putter just right on here. And we're looking at a 16-foot putt here. And there's little guidelines on the actual putting mat as well, which is nice. Let's hit a little 16-foot putt. Ooh, a little short. So again, you can adjust it for different distances as well. Let's hit one more. A little short on that one. And we nailed that one. So you can work on your putting at all sorts of different distances with this practice mode, and also make sure that it's calibrated by hitting the straight shots and testing that out. Really cool feature. I like the fact that you get to work on putting uniquely with this device as well. Now we're going to take you into the actual stroke play. We're going to pick a course, and I'll show you a couple holes of gameplay as well with the Golfzon Wave to give you a better idea on what you can expect if you were to test out this product for yourself. So one other thing that you see is network play is grayed out for now. This is something that we'll be seeing here in the future from Golfzon, but right now it's grayed out, not an option for us, and we're not also connected to the internet. But I believe they only have the option to do 3 holes right now. If I'm mistaken, I'll put that in the notes. But you are seeing global network play. It's going to be something, obviously, new product launch in regards to the Wave, but I think network play is going to be what Golfzon is focusing on moving forward. We want to have the ability to play against people from all over, which is a really nice feature. Again, the offline thing that you see here and my connection. So it does say on one of the screens that pops up, it does indicate you need a second method in which to connect to the internet. So right now I'm not connected to the internet. I can't do network play. I can't access my account. I'm only playing as a guest. So that is something I need to look into figuring out what my best option for that is. If you're watching this video and you have questions on that, reach out to me at roland@mygaragegolf.com, and I'll walk you through what I figure out for the best option for the internet for this is. All right, let's go into stroke play. Click next.
Please select a course.
And right now I have the premium package, which right now includes 150 courses. A lot of these courses that you'll see on this list, obviously you're not going to recognize because they're from all over the world, which is cool though. I mean, I like the fact that you have different options. But let's just click on USA, since that's where I'm from, USA. I want to find a course that I'd like to play. So we have Harbor Town, Kiawah Island, Leo Place, Pebble Beach, Poppy Hills, Prairie Dunes, Trump National, Colts Neck, Bedminster, Whirlpool Club, Quail Hollow. So let's play Quail Hollow. So that's one that I played on another simulator before. And let's go ahead and play that. We'll see how we do. We're just going to play 2 holes, but I want to show you a little bit of gameplay. I'm going to click next.
Please configure the course settings.
Now under course settings, we can pick concede, which very random numbers. So instead of 5 feet, it's 4.92 feet, 5.74 feet. Again, this is, the company's from South Korea, so there's some conversion there. And we got putting mode normal. I liked it on normal, not thin, so I like that. Continue putting on, double concede would be if automatically counts the number of putts based upon the remaining distance, but I definitely want to putt it out, so that's for sure. I want to show you guys the putting. And I'm actually going to take off concede altogether. 0 feet. I want to show you the putting aspect of it, no matter how bad I do. Mulligans, you can leave on or off. It's completely up to you. Green location, random, pin position, random. You have different options. And wind, normal, light. I think you can probably leave it at light or normal. Pick whichever one you want. And then you would start the round from there. So it's going to give you some information as far as what you need to do. Keep clear of obstacles, what you're looking at, fluorescent lighting. Avoid interference from other electronic devices. It is a radar-based device, so you want to have as little interference as possible with other devices. Ensure a sufficient ball flight distance. Again, they had it as 11 feet. I think we have that down to 8.5 or 8 feet. You have a caddy who talks to you as well throughout this process. And if you had your settings saved and there was a certain type of shot for your club settings, it would also pull that up. But again, because I don't have access to the internet, it's not pulling up my profile. But we have a hole now that's distance is 218 yards, or actually 510 yards. And we're going to be hitting a driver on our first shot here. And just like with anything with the golf tee, I wouldn't recommend using white. Launch monitors always have an issue with white tees. So I'm using black burr tees in this case for this video. So you can use any color you want, just typically stay away from white. Let's go ahead and hit this shot, see how we do, and show you a little bit more about the features of the Golfzon Wave. All right, little fade there. Might hit the fairway, we'll see. No, we're not.
Rough.
It's okay. I want to show you a little bit of features.
Your turn
The
to
distance
swing.
to the bunker is 210 yards. Let's just get it back into play first.
All right, so let's show you a couple of the settings on the screen. Here's everything that you see here. We can penalty, drop the ball, use a mulligan, view green lie. So you can check the actual green and see the heat map. Really cool view. Hit in view in there.
Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
If you're on the green as well, you have a feature called My Caddy. And if you're in 2 to 30 meters of the hole, that can be a feature that we utilize. We'll check that out. View scorecard. Ground view. Kind of show you what you're in as far as the rough and what your lie is. I like that. That's pretty neat. It's a cool feature.
Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
Hole info. So a little flyover of the hole as well. So it gives you a good idea as far as what you're looking at. And the graphics are pretty good. I think the graphics look really good on this.
Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
One other feature that I like here, if you look, it's actually giving my penalty. So I'm in the rough, so 10% penalty on my shot. I like knowing that number. I know some other simulator programs don't have that feature that show you the number. But to me, since I'm not able to stand in the rough, I can visually see it on this one, which is cool. But I'd like to know what that penalty is going to be, you know, and you can feel that on the real golf course most of the time. And of course, you can use the arrows right or left to adjust your aim as well. So obviously, I'm around some trees.
Watch out for the bunker.
It's talking me to watch out for the bunker, so that's cool that the caddy gives you advice.
Watch out for the bunker.
But I don't want to hit it straight into the trees either. If you want to change your club, you can come down here. So let's just say I'm going to use a 4-iron for this shot. I don't think you have to change your clubs, just it's something if you wanted to do it, you have that option. So I'm 255 yards away. The upper right-hand corner tells me that my distance is 207. So that's basically what my layup distance is gonna be, 207, and I'd have a 67-yard shot. It also shows me the wind direction and a map, which is nice. Let's go ahead and hit this iron shot and see how far down there we get, and then we'll know kind of what to do from there. Right into the trees. Good solid stroke though, actually. That's okay. Shows me my face angle down there, negative 4.3 as well.
It's your turn to swing.
So give me some pretty cool data here. Got 140 yards, gonna be hitting an 8-iron. So one thing I kind of noticed through the menu system is I don't have a way to kind of see, at least that I can find right now, and this is just an initial impressions video, guys, but I don't have a way I can find like what my average shot was. For example, the last shot I just hit, what kind of numbers I was looking at. So I really think that this is geared a lot towards people who just want to get in and get a cool game of golf, a fun game of golf, something that you can do with friends or family or things like that. It's very accurate, very realistic, and by all means, but I don't think it's going to be geared towards like people that are very stat driven and wanting to see those stats show up every shot, be able to track those stats. Again, on the driving range, I wasn't able to differentiate clubs that I can see. I changed my clubs, but when I looked back at it, I couldn't see where I made that change on the club from driver to iron. So again, not a knock on it. I think it's geared towards a certain type of person. And I like it personally because I just want to get in a quick round of golf and have some fun. I think that's a cool feature. I do still think like that Wi-Fi thing to me is something that really I need to figure out a way around because I mean, obviously I want to be logged in and have access to the internet and have that feature, but without having to go and get hardwired internet or a router or a modem. So I'm gonna look into that a little bit more. So let's hit the shot, 140 yards downhill, minus 12 feet downhill. So I got an 8-iron, let's see how we do here. All right, going for it, probably a little left still. Shows my apex at 40 yards, and I'm in the bunker.
Bunker. Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
All right, so let's see how the bunker does in regards to the game here. So I'm always curious to see what bunker plays like on the simulator program. So I'm going to hit this like I would try to hit a normal bunker shot, 16 yards away. Let's hit a shot. Okay, not bad. Actually, I've hit shots like that on other simulator programs where it flies by, and that one gave me the penalty, so worked relatively well. Got a relatively straight putt now. I'm going to show you the putting feature now. Now I'm curious with the putting, do I just aim right or left, or do I actually aim on the computer right or left, or both? So you can see I can aim right or left here using the arrow keys. Not much break to this putt, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And also, if I aim right or left on this mat, then it would actually go right or left. It's pretty darn accurate of a putting sensor. I'm just going to try to hit this straight. And again, I am 14 feet away. Let's hit the shot. Too soft. Ugh. Didn't. Normally I'd have a gimme set up, but I want to show you all the putty. I'm going to put it back on there. Just a little tap in. There we go. Double bogey for my first hole. Let's move on to hole number 2. Let's go to hole info again. It's going to show us the hole that we're about to play here. So we got 453 yards.
Player 1, it's your
Right
turn
to
to
left,
swing.
a 371-yard par 4. Relax and take the shot when you're ready.
Okay, so hole number 2 is 453, but my tee box looks like it's 405.4. So my caddy gave me the wrong distance, so he's fired, and I'll be finding someone else for my next venue. But I'm going to hit this shot, 405 yards, and I'll probably hit it down there a whopping 180. Let's get it done. You had one job, caddy. One job. All right, good shot there, hopefully. Who knows? Yeah, good distance, for me anyways. And you can adjust the fairways and the greens. Like I'm from Texas, and that would roll a long way, but I'm in Florida now and it doesn't roll at all. So that's part of golf in Florida. That kind of sucks. All right, so I got 186 yards to my next shot, and I'll probably be using my 5-iron for that one. So relatively straightforward, I feel. Pretty easy simulator program to use. Like I said, I think this is good for the entire family. But very good graphics, very good gameplay. I like the caddy feature. I like everything about it. I mean, really, it's really straight to the point. Get around a golfing and have a good time versus more of what I would say working on your golf game in a repetitive basis and looking at numbers. So it's more of a fun factor. Again, not getting all the stats and everything, but you can always go to the driving range and see some of that stuff. Just not as in detail, maybe as some others. So what do you think of the course and the layout and everything so far that you've seen at home? I'd like to hear your comments. I'm going to have the Wave moving forward, so if you have any questions or want to see certain things. I'm also going to do a second video, because this is going to be long enough as it is, on the Wave Skills app, which you can use with a mobile device. So this is with my computer. There's also an option like for an iPad or for an iPhone or tablet, whatever you have. And I'll be showing you a video on that in another video here in the future as well. All right, so we got 186 uphill. I like the heat map always on the green, so it shows you your low end and your high end. Of course, the red would be the upper portion. The low would be obviously the area where it's going to be braking to. So it's going to be something that will come downhill at me if I'm hitting it. So I want to stay below the flagstick if possible. Like I have that kind of control, right? Let's hit a shot. Decent stroke there too. I do like the broadcast view, but sometimes I'd like to be able to see it from a follow view. That's a little more common with some other simulator programs. You really only have a couple of options. I'll show you those here on the screen. In regards to camera mode, you have broadcast, move, or fixed. Fixed just shows you from the golfer's perspective. I don't like that because you don't see where your ball lands. Move does move, but it still kind of moves in different angles. Like, let's put it on move for one. Still kind of was like a broadcast view. So I got 36 yards here, and we're going to be hitting a little wedge shot up there. I will tell you this, I've been playing with the Golfzon Wave for a couple of rounds now, testing it out, hitting different types of shots, and for the most part, I've not had a single misread. I've been pretty impressed with it. The only time I ever had it not read is I used like a 7-iron to try to chip one up onto the green, and there just wasn't enough ball flight for basically the ball, I guess, for the radar to read it, which radar-based units sometimes have that issue. So I didn't read it, but if I got it up in the air even a couple inches, then it read it right away. So that's really the biggest thing, like a little punch 7-iron putter type of deal off the green, wasn't reading it. But other than that, I've had really good experiences with it. No misreads on normal shots. So let's hit a little chip shot here and see how it does. Again, we're 36 yards away. Let's hit a shot. I'm using a 58 degree here. All right, not my best. I mean, it read it pretty well though. I think that's pretty accurate for what I would have done there. Now we got a little chip shot. So that's why I did it. I didn't do it because I'm bad at golf. I did it so I can show you the shot. Same similar shot. We are 1 foot off the green. Has us using our sandwich. I'm gonna hit one more shot with my 58 degree here. 10 yards away, 30 feet. My screen is roughly 10 feet from me here. Let's see how we do. See, it didn't read that very well there.
Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
1.5 hill. Remember, it's uphill.
I'm gonna hit a mulligan on that. And let's try it one more time, see what happens. I try to keep things 100% here, otherwise I would have taken out probably all my swings that you've seen so far. But I want to test that again because that was kind of a quirky read there. I'm gonna hit a little bit harder than I did and see how it reads it. It's a little better. Okay. So you kind of saw the difference. The little tiny chip shots I've been having a couple of issues with it. But that was considerably harder than the one I just hit before. So it could have just been where I was located or whatever. But overall, not bad in my opinion. I mean, every device has a little quirk to it, I think. But nothing to write home about, I would say, in this case, so far from my initial testing. All right, we got a little break on this one, tiny little break. I'm gonna aim on the right edge there. And we got a 5-foot putt. Should be relatively simple and straightforward here. Let's see if, actually, let's see what that caddy feature shows. All right, so the caddy says it can't be used within 2 meters, so let's fix that problem. I'm gonna hit a bad putt to the right. Okay, that looks like real putts there. Don't go off the green. All right, I wanna show you the caddy feature.
Player 1, it's your turn to swing.
All right, let's see what the caddy says about this putt. So I'm gonna aim left. I'm gonna aim a little left here with my putt. I'm 22 feet away. Instead of putting it straight, I'm gonna putt to my left a little. All right, so my caddy told me to aim 2 cups left when I used the My Caddy feature, and it only gave me 3 total, so I have 2 left now. So it looks like you can use that within a round to give you a better idea if you don't wanna adjust the putt yourself. Instead of adjusting it on the computer, I'm gonna aim left instead of using the mat and see how that does. So let's test that out here. 22 feet away, I'm gonna aim left instead of adjusting it on the computer using this infrared mat. I'm gonna try to get it there. Ooh, it's nice though. Nice being able to aim without having to adjust it on the screen using that infrared mat. Pretty darn accurate putting though. Really cool idea. Using an infrared mat along with a radar-based device. I think a lot of other companies are probably going to follow suit with something similar. And I even have a way to kind of enhance that a little bit more. So my thought process was, why not have another mat or mat that has a sand and a bunker insert? Because you know Golfzon is really incredible with their sensors on their higher end units. So what if we had like a flatter mat or something that we can use that had those inserts for sand, for fairway bunker and for greenside bunker, along with rough and first cut, and have similar sensor or infrared or something that could read that. If we have a way to make that kind of technology work, even without having the whole hydraulic moving floor, I think that'd be really cool to have something like that as well, and to be able to do that kind of practice. I think that would really go a long, long way. Let's 3-putt or 4-putt for victory. I don't know what it is. I wanted to show you the features more than my gameplay, obviously.
Triple bogey.
We missed that putt on purpose anyways. Not the last one, but the one before it. So anyways, just want to give you guys a quick idea on the Golfzon Wave, along with their software. Again, I'm going to be doing another video on the Skills app. Trying to talk here, guys? Keep it down. Anyways, sorry. We're going to be working on a app version of it as well. So those of you who maybe want to take it outdoors, test it outdoors with an iPad and a net or something, see if that's possibly an option. Again, we do have some limitations with the actual distance. And I'm going to show you, basically on video a little bit more about how I have it set up here in our facility, just so you can see. But I do like the fact that they went ahead and minimized those requirements in regards to how much ball flight is needed. So that's a nice feature as well. And I think they're doing the right things to get on the right track here with the Golfzon Wave. In regards to subscription costs, you're going to get 3 free courses with the Golfzon Wave at the purchase price, straight out of the box. If you want a mid-tier setup, which I believe comes with 15 courses, you're looking at $199 for the year for that. And if you want the premium version, which is going to include all the courses, or over right now 150 courses, that's $399 for the year in regards to the Golfzon subscription. So you can play with up to 6 people at one time. That's another part of the feature. And one other thing that some people don't know about is that you could actually use E6 Connect as well with the Golfzon Wave. So if for any reason you don't like the Golfzon software and you want to have access to E6 Connect, that's an option as well through Golfzon. So I do like the fact that they have the ability to add third-party integration as well. So that's something that definitely wanted to share with you guys at home. So one thing I really wanted to share with you guys is on the Golfzon Wave page, there's a really good FAQ section, because I know there's gonna be a lot of questions on the Golfzon Wave and what's required. So let's take a quick look at some of those questions. What are the space requirements for indoor setup? Put the launch monitor 6.5 to 8.2 feet behind the hitting area with an ideal hitting area of 20 by 20. The screen or net should be a minimum distance from ball to screen net of 11.5 feet. And again, in regards to this situation, that's been changed now to 8 feet according to the most recent update that I've been alerted of. So that's a nice change there. What are the computer requirements? So Windows 10, Windows 11, 64-bit. I'm going to assume you're going to need a dedicated graphics card of some sort. I have a 3060, I believe. I have a 2080 on this computer that I'm using now, and it worked just fine, an RTX. But you're going to probably want a good graphics card that's a dedicated graphics card. The 3 courses you get for free are the Rope Club, Kiwa Island, Ocean Course, and Casa de Campo, Teeth of the Dog. You can add 15 more for $199 or $140 for $399 a year. I think it's over $150 now. How do I download the Wave Skills app? You can do that. It's on the iOS and Android, so it will work with both. How long does the Wave battery last? It can last up to 4 hours, or you can have it continuously plugged in like I have it here for the purpose of this video. The Wave comes with a 1-year limited warranty. How do replacements or returns work? Handled through their customer support. What is the size and weight of the Wave? 5.3 by 7.2 by 2.3 inches. The putting mat is 14 inches by 12.1 by 1.4. And there is a full demo of the Vision software, and you can watch this video explainer. So they have some pretty cool questions that they answer here in regards to the Golfzon Wave itself. That sums up our video for today using the Golfzon Wave with the Golfzon software. And again, overall, really, really good experience. I had a really good time testing it. I have a really good time using it. Straight to the point, really get in, play around the golf, have a good time type of setup. Very minimal setup in regards to getting it set up and ready to go, hit some shots. One negative is I do not like the online thing and having to have a separate source for online play. Again, that's something I have to figure out on my end, but I think Golfzon, you have to do something to fix that, because a lot of people don't have hardwired internet. So if I think of a better idea or a way to come around that, I'll look into it. I'm going to reach out to Golfzon as well to see what their suggestion is. But that's definitely something that you're going to want to have. Online access whenever it comes around and is a fully functional feature, you definitely want to have access to it. And if someone like me who only uses Wi-Fi in the space, that's going to be kind of a deal breaker for me being able to get online. So definitely something I want to see. But overall, not a single misread in regards to shots. I had a couple little quirky things that had with very, very tiny or small chip shots. If you get a little bit of ball flight, not an issue. And again, these are all things, firmware and other things that I think will get corrected over time. Golfzon Wave is still relatively new. You know, it's been only out for several months now in regards to from the past PGA show, but really just getting traction with it. So as we get more and more feedback, I think they're going to be adjusting more and more things. Easy to set up. It's a great unit for people that are righty-lefty setup. Again, a pretty decent range in which we can put that ball and maybe overlap for driver if you don't have 16 feet of width to accommodate a true righty-lefty setup, which is what my recommendation is, minimum for a true righty-lefty setup like you see behind me. Otherwise, you're worried about people hitting things around them. So if you can overlap a little bit and still stay accurate, then that's a really, really nice feature in my book. So we'll look into that. Again, I'll be doing some more testing with the Wave as we continue to move forward. I've had a lot of questions on the Wave since we told you guys we're going to be reviewing it. So if you're watching this video and you have questions, please let me know. Reach out to me anytime. Roland at mygaragegolf.com. I want to be your go-to person. If you're interested in getting one, please reach out to me first. I'll get you in line with the right setup for that as well. And I'm going to be here to answer any other questions moving forward. So please keep me in mind for any of that. As I continue to test this or I come across any ideas, check the video description. I'll put updated notes in there on things that I figure out or test out. So anytime you have questions on stuff, make sure you check the video description because I'll be putting updates in there as I continue to find out more things. As always, until the next time we see you guys, we keep on golfing. I'm going to keep doing these videos. I haven't been as good at doing videos since we started running this facility full time. That's going to be a concentrated focus of mine moving forward in 2024. So it's definitely something I'll be looking to do. If you have questions specifically on the Wave or any of the Golfzon products, let me know. I'm happy to help. Till the next time, as always, keep on golfing. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks again.